So when I kind of go back to Oklahoma State, I kind of talked about it a little bit. You know, I was a young kid. I was coming down. Very first time I came down to Oklahoma to wrestle in the Cliff King kickoff. I think, what was I, 8 years old? Sound right? 8 years old. I started winning the regional stuff in Wyoming, and you know, it's like, all right, well, you want to challenge yourself, you got to get down to Oklahoma. You got to see where you are. And it was one of those things where if you don't make weight, you don't wrestle, right? And I'm like, oh, well, I don't know. I weigh 55 pounds. I'll go 58. I get down there. I'm wrestling 58. These kids are weighing like 67 pounds probably. I'm like, whoa, I'm in a different world. You know, and as time went on, you kind of adjust it. But one of the things that my dad did is he always tried to expose me to things. And at that time, I don't know what the connection was, but we came to Oklahoma State room shortly thereafter, and Coach Smith opened the doors, and I just watched. And I loved wrestling. I've always loved wrestling. And I just watched these guys wrestle. And it was just a different level of, you know, at the time, anything I'd ever seen. Just the drilling, the pay attention to details, and I was a sponge, and I was watching everything. I was sitting in the corner of the room, and at the end, you know, two guys came up to me, Daniel Cormier and Chris Pendleton. And you know, Daniel you guys know Daniel. He's the jokester, right? Came over and just made me feel welcome. You know, you didn't have to do that. You didn't have to do that, and I thought that was really cool. And Chris spent like 10 minutes with me, showing me. I was watching him do something. And he spent like 10 minutes showing me some technique. And later in that tournament, I used that technique, and I teched and pinned everybody in the tournament. And I was like, that's pretty awesome. Hey, that's pretty good. You know, is this what wrestling's gonna be like? Just learn something and do it, and goes works right away. Got a little harder as I got older. But you know, Oklahoma State was something that I looked up to as a young kid, and when I was making my decision to go to college, but my decision to go to Penn State, it was at the time I felt it was the best thing for me, and I developed so many deep relationships there with people, and you know, I believe it set the foundation for who I am as a man, as a father, as a wrestler. You know, I'm forever grateful for everybody that was part of my life there. And it was obviously it was a tough decision to leave, but this is the best decision for me and my family moving forward.